monitor system. Managing your diabetes is crucial to your health. The new CGM systems can automatically manage your diabetes better for you. And by using the CGM system, you can eliminate forever one thing most people with diabetes hate the most: finger sticks. Now it's possible to manage your diabetes better, end the painful finger sticks, and get a new CGM monitoring system at little or no cost to you. We even provide in-home delivery and do all the insurance paperwork for you. Now is the best time to manage your diabetes better and get your continuous glucose monitored. Call now for details. 800-396-0150. 800-396-0150. 800-396-0150. That's 800-396-0150.
Two people fatally shot at an apartment complex in a suburb of Milwaukee yesterday. The man responsible later died of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound, but not before taking aim at police who responded to the scene, as we hear from the Brown Deer, Wisconsin Police Chief Peter Nimmer.
Our officers were dispatched for a shots fired call. Upon our arrival to the scene, our officers were fired upon from the second floor balcony.
No officers were wounded, but one other person, a civilian bystander, was injured, but not seriously. Snowboarder Julia Marino bringing home the United States' first medal of the 2022 Winter Olympics in Beijing, winning the silver medal in women's slope-style snowboarding. The FAA says there was a big increase in the number of dangerous laser strikes on aircraft last year. The report saying over 9,700 such incidents, a 41% increase over the previous year, were reported. This is USA Radio News.
Since 2004, men choose Andro 400 for one reason: results.
It is really work. I've lost 35 pounds. It's just unbelievable. I never lost weight like that easily in my life.
Congratulations, Stephen, on losing 35 pounds. Andro 400. We guarantee the results. Start today and get free shipping. Go to andro400.com. andro400.com. andro400.com.
More now on the tension involving Russia. Here's the latest from USA Radio's Tim Berg.
Some Republicans are calling on the Biden administration to impose sanctions on Russia to deter them from invading Ukraine. Alaska Republican Senator Dan Sullivan joins Fox News to weigh in, saying threats like Russia and China are making their moves in reaction to the U.S. pullout from Afghanistan.
I warned after the Afghanistan withdrawal fiasco that these authoritarian countries would be testing us, and we're seeing that now in Ukraine, and we're seeing that almost daily in the South China Sea and Taiwan, and I don't think this administration is doing enough to show strength.
Ukrainian officials say they don't think a Russian invasion is imminent. About 130,000 Russian troops surround Ukraine's border. I'm Tim Berg.
And a U.S.-born Chinese figure skater is coming under withering online criticism after she fell on the ice at the Winter Olympics in Beijing. Zhu Yi was born in California but gave up her U.S. citizenship to compete for China. The 19-year-old fell in the figure skating team event and missed a jump, finishing in last place.
And you're gonna laugh at her?
From third to fifth place in
Who's
the
laughing at everybody?
Chinese
The internet.
social media lit up with harsh words, with some calling her a disgrace. For USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
Why can't people keep their opinions to themselves?
Wow.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVBF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests.
But like,
Hey, Joey, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns?
I love this intro.
It's time for
It's the best intro ever.
Week in Review with your
Put
host,
so much
Joey Driscoll.
into it.
Stay tuned for news, Middleboro News, here on AM 1530 WVBF. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
good morning, folks, and welcome to Middleboro in Review. It is the 6th of February, 2022. First February No, first February. First Sunday in February. Here we go. It is the first Sunday in the Winter Olympics. We are going to have a medal count for you later on. Give a couple of countries that are on the list when it comes to getting medals so far. And I think this is day 2 of the Olympics. Really, it's day 4. Some of the curling stuff and other sports have already started, like hockey and curling and some other ones as well, before the opening ceremonies, but I don't think any medals were given out. But this is technically day 4 of the Olympics. So, we're going to say good morning to Don.
Good morning, Joe.
Good morning. How are you, Don?
How you doing on this 8-degree morning?
I'm all right.
I saw 8 on the big sign on 44 on the way in.
We want to start off with some important information for Middleboro residents. Today at Nichols Middle School, there will be free at-home COVID-19 test kits being given out. Again, that is 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Limits of 2 kits per vehicle. So if you have time later on today between 10 and 2, go down to Nichols Middle School. And if you need COVID test kits, they'll have them available for you later on this morning, 10 to 2. All right, weather for today. Middleboro, currently 10 degrees outside. 30 degrees for the high today for Middleboro. And looks like a mix of something. I don't know if that's snow. I don't know what that is on the graphic here, but I think that's snow. We might be seeing some snow today. Rain tomorrow, 43 degrees, 36 for the low. At least it's not 10 or 5 degrees. And Tuesday, 44 degrees with a low of 23 and rain in the forecast. Apparently, according to this forecast, we will not see the sun until Wednesday. Taunton weather, 9 degrees outside, 30 degrees for the high today, and pretty much the same weather. Driscoll, North Dakota, 12 degrees, pretty much the same weather here that it is in Driscoll, except it's a little colder at night there than it is here sometimes. 12 degrees currently, 13 for the high today, so they're already pretty much at the high. 10 for the low, 37 for the high tomorrow, so warming up significantly in Driscoll, North Dakota. Driscoll, Texas, a very unseasonable 34 degrees currently. 65 for the high today. Again, Texas is coming off of a pretty significant storm. They got some snow and other effects as well recently. I'm not sure if it was that area of Texas, but I think Houston, got some snow. And there's some other areas in Texas that got quite a bit of snow as well. And there was some major effects there. I think Governor Greg Abbott, I don't know, Don, did Governor Greg Abbott have like a state of emergency or something, or what?
I really don't know.
I'm not sure.
I haven't befallen.
I'm not sure either. I know he was on the TV a couple of times talking about this storm. I'm not sure if he issued a state of emergency for the storm or not.
I think if there's any snow or anything in Texas, I think a state of emergency is prudent as far as most people don't drive in the snow. They don't have the equipment to plow the snow. They don't have the sanders, so it's just like one of those things.
So it was very difficult. All right, that's the weather for today. So later on in the show, we'll have our sports segment. We will be talking about the medal count for the Olympics. A interesting country is on top of the leaderboard. Well, probably not interesting. Probably expected if talking about the Winter Olympics. Some of the Nordic countries are up top of the list. doing very well in the Winter Olympics. And they have done very well in the Winter Olympics before. So probably not a major surprise that early on, some of these countries are up top. China, the host, is up top pretty much as well. But we'll have our full medal count a little bit later on. All right. Let's start off today's show talking a little bit to Don. He's got a little bit of something he wants to talk about to start off us today.
On Friday, they had that. Friday they had the storm on the 4th. The officials warned everybody, "Hey, it's going to be bad. Slow down. It's going to be bad. Be prepared. It's going to be bad. So if you can cancel something, please do. Okay."
Mm-hmm.
By 3:00, you indicated to me that was 200 and something incidents on the highway. The state police.
Yeah, the Massachusetts State Police put out a statement on.
It was 3:00 on Friday.
I think 3:00 on Friday that they had over 200 incidents.
Okay. I had a doctor's appointment. I had to go. I had to go pick my oil truck up at the shop, so that was important because I had to work yesterday. I felt I was needed out there. I'm not sure if everyone was needed out there. It's not fair to the state police. It's not fair to the tow truck guys. It's not fair to the fire department. It's not fair to the ambulance people, anybody. If you go out and you just slide off the road.
Yeah.
And you don't use your brains. You don't think things out. If you're a nervous person, maybe you shouldn't drive in the snow and rain. Maybe you shouldn't drive in sleet. Okay? We left Quincy at 4:30. We went up Route 24, and we seen 7 spinouts on the southbound lane and about 3 or 4 on the northbound lane. No lie. In the span of an hour and a half, we witnessed 12 spinouts. That's resources taken away from the state police. That's resources taken away from the fire. If someone's house was burning down, okay, and say West Bridgewater had to go on Route 24 and deal with you because you were driving too fast and you spun off the road, oh my God, save me because I was driving too fast. Maybe you should slow it down. Terrible driving out there. Terrible driving. That was 200, you said 210?
200 plus as of this following day. Friday
looked at the
it was Thursday 5 p.m. to Friday 3 p.m.
I should have looked at the tally, but it would have made me sick. I think
the final tally was probably
there's a lot of bad. There's a lot,
probably twice that.
Sorry to interrupt you. A lot of bad driving out there. No need of it. Okay, you got state police going up and down, trying to deal with people who just drive. We saw that Cadillac fly by us at the Randolph Split. Watch the guy do a 360 and go right into the snow. Then he's trying to spin his wheels. There's no way he's going to get out of there.
I think what I would suggest, if people can do this, I know some people can't because not everyone has access to Zoom or technology, or their businesses don't have access to Zoom or technology. When you have a winter event like this, stay home. Stay home. If you don't feel like you can drive in this, stay home. Call in sick. We'll call in and say that you can't come in. Or if you're able to, if your job has access to Zoom, just use Zoom as well. Zoom, over the past 3 years, Zoom has been very helpful when it comes to having in-home things. It's been helpful with schools. It's been helpful with businesses. I think Zoom is really the future of a lot of places.
You could try slowing down.
And if you do have to go out, and
drive way too fast.
In bad weather, definitely go slow.
People drive way too fast. There's no reason for it. All right? You have the first responders out there risking their lives. Those people have families too. They don't need to be pulling you out of the ditch because you drove too fast. Slow it down.
Yeah.
All right? It's I'm disgusted with that. That number is unacceptable. You know what?
It is.
In the New Hampshire, if you get lost in the woods, right, and they have to come rescue you because you did something stupid, you didn't bring a flashlight, or you went off the trail, or you did something dumb, they bill you.
I've seen it on TV.
They bill you.
I've seen it on TV. Some of these shows, some of the shows on TV show that.
If they realize that you spun off because you were going too fast, or you didn't have snow tires, or you had bald tires, or you weren't paying attention, they should bill you. The fire department should write up a bill, send you a bill for their time. Because every time you slide off the road and boo-hoo me, I got to get rescued because you could have just been going 20 miles an hour and not standing on your brakes or passing people when there's snow, then those people got to come out and rescue you in those conditions. And now you're stuck on the road. And then a lot of people get out and push their car. And there's been accidents where people got killed getting out of the vehicles when they spin off the road. It's bad news when you spin off. If you can't handle the highway, take secondary roads. If you have to go home, maybe take Route 28 in Brockton or something like that. You don't have to be on the highway all the time. Okay? If you have to drive, please slow down. Okay? These people have to go out and rescue you. These tow truck drivers do not want to come out and rescue you because you were going too fast. Okay? You weren't thinking. Okay? Bunch of clowns out there driving around, spinning off the roads. No need of it.
Even in perfect weather, I see this way too much. People speed, and it's a problem. And especially in a winter weather situation, it's going to get you hurt.
The Cadillac, for example, flies by us, does a 360, and goes right into the ditch, right into the snow. Okay, now how far did he get now? He was in a big rush, now he's stuck in the snow. Good luck. He's going to wait 3 hours for a tow truck. Okay, because, get in line, buddy, because there's 80 other people spun out on the side of the road. You'd be spending the night on the side of the road.
No lie, we saw about 8 or 9. 8 or 9 on Friday.
On Route 24.
Yeah, 8 or 9 spinouts.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was really bad.
I think the state should bill these people. I really do. If you slide off the road, it's your fault that you spun off the road. All right, I didn't spin off the road. I drove an oil truck all day yesterday. I did not spin off the road. I go slow. I'm careful. I don't want these people to come out and rescue me. They have better things to do than rescue me. Okay, because I wasn't thinking. Because I was a clown. Okay, I'm not a clown. I'm not gonna put people in harm's way for my stupidness. That's the only way I can describe it. All right. The stats. They're looking at us in the stats. We're an embarrassment. The state is an embarrassment as far as our driving because that many people slide off the road on a little storm. I mean, we're in the Northeast. I could see it if it hits Texas, and people aren't used to driving in that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Which it did hit Texas.
Yeah, right.
The same storm. I think it was the same exact storm that we got.
Okay.
I think so. I'm not 100% sure of it. I think so.
I just think it's, I don't know. I don't think the state police have to rescue. It's their job, but it's not fair to them. Now they got to get out.
200 plus is not a good stat.
That was at 3 o'clock. That was at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, and
we saw 8 of them.
More.
We saw 9 of them.
There was
all right, between 4:30 and 5:30, or 4:30 and 6. Ourselves on 24. So there had to have been 400. That'd have been another 200 on top of that. Because it hit the South Shore, it hit Route 24 around that time, and then
it hit the Cape,
and then all the knuckleheads who were driving too fast just started doing.
It hit everything. It hit everywhere. It hit the Cape too. I think it hit the Cape at some point. And I know it hit the South Coast. Probably hit the Cape too. So it hit everywhere.
There's so much of it.
It's just it was too much. I was surprised seeing that.
Yeah, well,
200 plus.
Yeah, that was at 3 o'clock.
I was surprised.
I bet if you looked it up now, you'd probably your jaw would drop. You'd be like,
at 1 o'clock, it started getting bad. I mean, right in the middle of the afternoon. It started getting bad in some areas. In Waltham, it was really bad.
Right.
By noon, 1 o'clock. It was bad.
Well, I don't want to sound like the preacher, but I just think I think we can do better.
What I would suggest is people just have to be more careful.
That's it.
They have to be more careful.
People can,
and if you can work from home,
do it.
Do it.
Yep.
If you can work from home, do it.
Yep. That's unacceptable numbers.
Zoom is there for a lot of people. I know not everyone has Zoom, but the people who do have Zoom and they could use it, definitely use it during a storm like this.
All our insurances are going to go up because of these few people. Guaranteed. They guarantee. Everyone's got to get punished. So people who stayed off the road, people who drove safe, people who did the right thing, they were squared away, are going to have to pay for the people who slide off the road indiscriminately and just go rescue me. And then probably arrogant and inconsiderate to the people who come and rescue them. Mm-hmm. There's so much of it out there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bill them. Charlie Baker. Bill them. Okay? Towns and cities and towns, bill these people. State police, hand them a bill.
There's also no excuse, too, because Charlie Baker gave warning ahead of time.
Sure.
With this storm.
Right.
And the last storm, too, he gave it ahead of time.
He's leaving it to the people to make their own right decisions.
Exactly.
He doesn't want to be come out like he has to say everyone off the road. But it's coming to that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so much accidents, so many spin-outs. You're putting all these rescuers and all these people in harm's way. There's no need of that. When you can just drive safe, when you can just take secondary roads. If you can't handle the highway, take secondary roads. Mm-hmm. It's not fair to the people who have to rescue you.
Okay, it's 7:25. We're gonna take a commercial break. If you want to call in, 508-822-1106. Give us your opinion on this. We gave you ours. Now give us your opinion on this issue. Again, 508-822-1106 is the number. And we'll be right back here on Middleboro Review on WVBF 1530 AM 99.7 FM.
That was a 25-minute rant there.
Yeah.
Glad we both were able to do it.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States.
Good morning, everybody.
Who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve in the armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a non-profit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
Hi, this is Martha Clopen, your host for Medicare Moment with Martha. Each week, we present the latest information on health, legal, and
first break after this ad.
Affect you and your family. It's fascinating, fast-paced, and
all right, we're doing the towns thing next.
Good. I thought you were doing the towns only on the Thursday show.
You told me to do it today.
Oh, you gotta
yeah. You told me to do it today. Yeah.
You're doing C's, right?
D.
Oh, D. Right. Yeah. That's a good idea. Just repeat them.
For the people who didn't listen.
Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton, Massachusetts, offers the highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You can reach them at 508-583-1495. They're open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. 508-583-1495.
Hi, this is Jim Larkin. Hope you can join me every Sunday from noon to 2 o'clock here on WBBF.
And he'll be back today, I think.
We'll have some great Irish music, some folk, traditional, country, and contemporary.
he'll be
and
out.
sometimes some live singers in the studio, and to make you laugh, some Irish comedy. That's Sundays from noon to 2 right here on WBBF, 1530 Taunton, Middleboro, and on the internet at hometowntalkradio.com.
And good morning, and we're back here on Middleboro in Review, and listen to Sounds of the Emerald Isle later on today, noon to 2. Jim will be in 2 hours of Irish music and comedy for you. 2 to 3, we're going to have Stand Up Strong with Ed Miller and Tony Branch. From 11 to 12, we're going to have Musical Odyssey with Ed Succa. He'll have an hour of classical music. At 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, we're going to have All on God with Edna Isaac. At 9:30 to 10, we're going to have Keys of the Kingdom. At 9 to 9:30, Medicare Moment with Martha. 8:30 to 9, we're going to have The Rosary. And from 8 to 8:30, which is Following Us, Bread of Life with Pastor Ortez Vancross is up next here. Coming up. All right. So, Dawn, on Thursday, I continued the towns that are celebrating major milestones, and I did D. So, we're going to continue that.
You got to continue
with the letter D.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to do this again. When I do this, I'm going to do it twice. I'm going to do it on Thursday, and I'm going to do it on today, Sundays. So both audiences can listen. So
right.
If someone tunes in on Thursday, or if someone tunes in on Sunday, they'll hear the same.
And also, too, if, Jack and Lauren come back, or whatever, maybe you can just ask him if he can just do that, because it's something you started on that program. And they'll have no problem saying, yeah, no problem. Who knows where you'll be, but I'm hoping that Jack and Lauren will come back.
Yeah.
That's a great show. I love when the three interact, because they do their thing, and they always look to you for the sports, and they always ask you, and here goes Joey on the sports, so...
Yeah. And we will have our sports segment.
Yeah.
Everyone looking forward to that. We're going to have our sports segment in the next segment.
Yeah, my hopes and prayers that Jack and Lauren be coming back.
Yeah.
They're both great guys. They had this show forever, and I know you're filling in. You like the Jay Leno for Johnny Carson.
Jay Leno for Johnny Carson.
You're just keeping this seat warm for those guys when they do come back.
Exactly. Yeah.
When the weather's better and whatever, when they're failing, that'd be great. That'd be a good day. Meanwhile, I think you're doing a good job on that slot, 11 to 12.
Thank you.
Middleboro matters.
Thank you. All right, we have 2 towns that we're going to talk about today. The first one we're going to talk about is Deerfield, incorporated on, it actually has an exact date here, October 22nd, 1677. Deerfield is a town in Franklin County, Massachusetts, United States, settled near the Connecticut River in the 17th century during the colonial era. The population was 5,090 as of the last census, the 2020 census. Deerfield includes the villages of South Deerfield and Old Deerfield, which is home to 2 museums, one of them being Historic Deerfield, Inc. Historic Deerfield is designated as a National Historic Landmark District, and the organization operates a museum with a focus on arts, early American material culture, and history. Its 11 house museums offer interpretation of society, history, culture from the colonial era through the late 19th century. There is also a Indian House Memorial Children's Museum, and there's a place called Bloody Brook Tavern, the site of early 18th century colonial battles, including the raid on Deerfield. The town is a center of heritage tourism in the Pioneer Valley.
Can I say a few words on that?
Absolutely.
Wait, what was the year you said? 16 what?
1677. So they will be approaching 350 in 2027, which isn't that far off, but it's a little far off, but not that far.
The reason why that town or village or whatnot at the time is so old is, you said it, the Connecticut River. That was your highways. That was your main transportation route. So most of the towns and cities along rivers and oceans are old because of the transportation routes. You start getting inland, those towns are younger. Then the rail popped up, and then towns popped up along the railroad, and that's how those towns. But that's why that's so 1677. That's why that town is so old, and because of the river. It's just that was the that was a route that everyone took. That would take you out to the ocean. They'll take you anywhere you want in the interior, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, Connecticut. So that's that.
Okay, the second one we have, Dunstable, Massachusetts, incorporated in 1673. So they will be approaching 350 next year. And it is a town in Middlesex County. The population, 3,358 as of the last census we had. The original township of Dunstable, granted in 1661, consisted of 200 square miles, including the Massachusetts towns of Dunstable, Pepperell, Townsend, and Tingsboro. The New Hampshire towns of Hudson, Nashua, and Hollis, and parts of other towns as well. A massive town. That is a huge town. It's not as huge as it was now, as it was back then in the 1660s, but in the 1660s, when it comes to towns, that is a huge town.
I had to deliver a piece of equipment. I was moving, I was doing driving for a friend of my brother's, a friend of mine actually, and I had to move his backhoe. Little gas job Chevy dump truck, and I had to get off at Devon's and go up to Dunstable. I didn't think the road would ever end. I really did. It just went on forever and ever. And it was, when you get off at Route 2 and you head north, I think you're maybe looking at about 16 miles to the state line. I'm just guessing here, but just by, it just did not want to end. Going up, it's hilly there a little bit. You get off at Devon's, or you get off, on those exits, I think Devon's 70 maybe, and you head north. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, somebody listening, Dunstable, no, there's no 70, there's a right through Dunstable. I'm just guessing, okay? I remember driving up there. I think it was 70. Maybe that's more towards, more west, in Shirley, Massachusetts. So, yeah, it's beautiful area. Hilly. It's definitely, can't get there from there. It's it's Maine and Massachusetts in a way. It's like you don't have to go too far to be really in the woods in Massachusetts. I mean, you go down 44, you take a left and a right or a Rehoboth or Dighton, and you're in the woods. So, I mean.
All right, so that is the towns that are celebrating major milestones. The next one we'll have is the letter E, I believe. A, B, C, D, E, yep.
Yeah, E.
Yep,
E, yeah.
E is next. So, I know I've talked about one. Actually, no, we haven't talked about one in E, I don't think.
You talked about Brockton when you started it, but I mean...
Yeah, I talked about Brockton. I don't think we talked about one in E. I think...
Yeah, you just don't lead into it. Just do it.
No, we didn't do one in E. There was one in N.
Yeah,
North Bridgewater, I think it was.
Well, was it
North Bridgewater? North Bridgewater is Brockton.
Part of Brockton.
Yeah, North Bridgewater is Brockton.
Well, you were talking to Jim DuPont about that, and
yes.
Oh my God, he had a whole slew of information on North Bridgewater.
Yeah,
that guy's amazing. The knowledge he has of this area is unbelievable.
If you want to call in, talk about any of the topics we've talked about so far, 508-822-1106 is the number. Let's mention blood drives. Blood drives. There's a couple coming up. The next one tomorrow, Church of Our Savior, 60 Union Street in Middleboro, 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. And again, I want to remind everybody, today, coming up in just a few hours, there will be free at-home COVID-19 test kits being distributed at Nichols Middle School in Middleboro, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Limit of 2 kits per vehicle. So that is today at 10 to 2. So anyone in the area, any Middleboro resident in that area, you need a COVID test kit, go down to the Nichols Middle School at 10 o'clock this morning. Okay. It is 7:40. We are going to let's do a little bit of our today in history, because I'm looking at it here. There is a lot of birthdays, but we're going to do our today in history now, and then do our birthdays and deaths at the end of the show. I mean, well, during the next segment, because there is a lot of birthdays on February 6th that I put down, and a lot of deaths as well. But I have a couple today in histories that I wanted to talk about. Okay, February 6th, in the year 60. In the year 60. The earliest date for which the day of the week is known. Person in Pompeii identified this day as the Dies Solis, Sunday, by a system in which Sunday corresponds to the day of the week. This day would have, in modern reckoning, be Wednesday when it comes to the calendar. So, February 6th, Wednesday in a modern sense, the year 60. 1788, the state of Massachusetts becomes the 6th state to ratify the U.S. Constitution. So, happy birthday to Massachusetts. Don.
Yes.
Happy birthday to Massachusetts today.
Happy birthday, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts ratifies the U.S. Constitution on this date in 1788. Becomes the 6th state to do so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Big cake. You gotta have a big cake for them, right? Some ice cream and some party hats, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you ratify the Constitution, is that technically a birthday? Is that technically the state's birthday? If they
I think so. Yeah. When they ratify the Constitution for the United States on July 4th, 1770, it's technically day one.
Okay.
Of the new nation. Sure.
All right. 1952, Elizabeth II becomes Queen of the United Kingdom and her other realms and territories and head of the Commonwealth upon the death of her father. At the exact moment of succession, she was in a treehouse at the Treetops Hotel in Kenya. So that is, I think this is 70 years now that she has been queen. 70 years today that she's been queen. I think that there's a term for 70 years of this. I'm not sure. I don't remember what it was. I can't think of it right now. But there's a term for it. I don't know. 1978, the blizzard of 1978, one of the worst nor'easters in New England, hit the region with sustained winds of 65 miles per hour and snowfall of 4 inches an hour. This past major snowstorm, I think, had 3 inches per hour or something like that. 2 to 4, 3 inches per hour, almost 4.
You know what made the blizzard of 78 so bad? Was the human element. People getting stuck on the highway, everyone coming home from work, not having the information for people. I mean, it snuck up on us. Snowstorms do that. And that's what made it such a. It was a bad storm together, but the human element was involved. The human element was in the way. I mean, the highways were stuck. There was vehicles stuck on the highway for days. I mean, it was bad. And plus, they've always had good plow equipment, but we really have good plow equipment now. I mean, talking years and years later. So they got it right. They nailed that last storm, the first one, the 2-footer, on the money. They said, we're getting 2 feet. I'm like, no, we're not. Yeah, we are. In some places more. Yeah. So, and yesterday, Friday.
The Friday storm was,
Friday storm, they said, hey,
this is what we're going to get, and we got it.
Down.
And in some areas, it was more.
Okay. My face is still red from what I said there earlier this morning.
In last week's storm, that was bad too. 3.5-foot snow drifts. It was bad. It was bad.
We live in New England. This is winter. We have to deal with it.
Yes.
But you don't want anyone getting hurt or killed because you neglected to do the right thing. You went straight. You went squared away. Yep. Driving around bald tires, or you went out when you really have to go out, or you were driving too fast for the conditions and you slid off the road and someone had to come out and rescue you. And how do you feel now? So I talked enough about it at the beginning of the show. I'm not going to get going again. My face is turning red over here. So
yeah.
Why don't you continue what you're doing, Joey?
Okay, so that is
snow.
That is our Today in Histories.
Okay. Nope.
We're going to do our birthdays and deaths in the next segment. There's a lot here. I have 6 birthdays and 3 passings I need to mention today. Okay, so we'll be right back. We're going to do our quick sports segment, and then we're going to get into the birthdays and deaths, so we can spend a little time on this, because there's some big names on here. All right.
That's good that you can, because you usually have to rush them out the door at the end of the show.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that today because it's quite a bit here, and there are big names here. All right, so we'll be right back here on Middleboro Review, 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. We'll be right back.
I wouldn't mention anything about Danny, just in case he forgets the call.
Yeah. I won't.
There's a donut. You want it or no?
I do, yeah.
All right. I got one donut for you.
Good, thank you. Appreciate that. Okay.
If you are sick with COVID-19 or think you might have it, stay home to get medical care.
I gotta rock salt that.
Monitor your symptoms. If your symptoms get worse, contact your doctor.
Before I leave, I'm gonna
get rest and stay hydrated.
Rock salt so he doesn't slip.
Avoid public transportation.
I don't think anyone's gonna be coming around. They plowed it, but
these 6 steps to protect others.
You never know.
Wear a mask over your
but I don't think so.
If you must be around other people.
I don't think so.
Cover your mouth and nose with a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Clean your hands often with soap and water, or use hand sanitizer, especially after coughing or sneezing. As much as possible, stay in a separate room and away from others in your home. Avoid sharing personal household items such as dishes, utensils, towels, or bedding. Wash these items thoroughly after using them. And clean all surfaces that are touched often, like counters and doorknobs, every day. To learn more, visit cdc.gov.
St. Vincent de Paul of Sacred Heart Church in Middleboro.
I'm just gonna go through sports kind of quick. Not a lot to talk about. The Pro Bowl and
you did the medal count, right?
I'm gonna do the medal count. Yeah, the Pro Bowl, the medal count.
You doing that first or last?
Medal count last. Get the quick stuff out of the way. I mean, well, the medal count will be quick, but.
And many of them come to us for various types of aid. This can take many forms.
Get the NFL and NHL out of the way.
Many of the following programs.
The least important stuff out of the way. The NHL and the NFL.
Clothing and
They're kind of taking a back seat this weekend.
For more information,
oh, wait a minute. I'll talk about NASCAR too. The season starts today.
Middleboro.org. May the good Lord bless you and keep you safe.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a non-profit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
Okay, and we are back here on Middleboro in Review. It is 7:50. Again, coming up next, Bread of Life. Coming up after the news at 8:05. Bread of Life with Pastor Ortez Vangros will be coming up in just a few minutes. Okay, sports. Today is the Pro Bowl. NFC versus AFC. Again, I've made my opinion known about the Pro Bowl. I'm not a huge fan of the Pro Bowl, or really any All-Star game, but still important to talk about it. So AFC versus NFC will be today, 3:00, and I'm not sure where it's gonna be, but yeah, if it's on, tune it in, because there'll be some interesting players there in the game. I'm sure there's a couple of Patriots players. I don't know who. I think Matthew Judon is one of them, and that's all I can remember. Right?
Isn't the quarterback in it too?
Oh, Mac Jones is in it. I think as like an injury reserve kind of deal. I'm not sure. He might play. He might play a couple minutes, but yeah, he's in it. Yeah. Matt Jones is in it. He might play a couple minutes. He's not a starter. He's like a backup. He might play a couple minutes in the game. I'm not sure though.
Does that game mean anything? In stats?
To me, no. To me, it doesn't.
No, in the realm of it all.
Not really.
No, there's nothing.
No. And to me personally, I don't enjoy it.
It's just a game.
It's just a game.
It's like the Thanksgiving football game.
Yeah.
There's no, I mean...
Kinda. I don't know. I mean, it's cool. It's cool for these players to have it on their resume. It's a big deal. Because it's a big deal to have it on your resume to get selected to a Pro Bowl. A lot of Hall of Famers have been to the Pro Bowl.
Well, people love football. At least they got a game to watch.
Yeah.
They don't have to wait 2 weeks for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They got something they can watch today.
But, me personally, I'll wait for the Super Bowl. All right. The NHL also is having their All-Star weekend. And the Central defeated the Atlantic 8-5 yesterday. Okay, cool. Again, I've made my opinion known.
I hear you.
Okay, 2022 Winter Olympics. Current medal count has Norway up top with 2 gold medals and a bronze medal with 3 medals. Sweden in second with 2 gold medals. And the Russia Olympic Committee in third with a gold medal, 2 silver, and a bronze for 4 medals. They're in third. It goes by amount of gold medals. So people who are wondering why Russia is not on top, because they had the most medals, it goes by gold medals. Norway and Sweden have the most gold medals right now with 2. China, the host country, has a gold medal in this Olympics, and they are 6th. Italy has 2 silver medals. Canada has a silver and a bronze, and the United States has a silver. You heard it on the USA Radio News. Who won that silver and what sport it was for the United States. So they have their first medal in the Olympics. So there's your medal count for today. And also, NASCAR starts today with a very interesting race. The Clash at the Coliseum. Now, the Coliseum being the LA Memorial Coliseum, they have created a NASCAR track at the LA Coliseum. It's a short track, of course, and it's really cool. I saw a little bit of I saw a picture of it. Well, I didn't see a picture of it. I saw it on TV, and this was last night because they were doing practices. Actually, they'll be doing practices later on today as well. I think it was 3 to 5 that they were doing practices as well. So the race is tonight at 6. So that should be a fun race. Of course, the season really starts up the Daytona 500 in just 2 weeks at Daytona International Speedway. The Xfinity Series Daytona International Speedway race is Saturday, February 19th, and the Truck Series race is February the 18th. So the season gets underway February 18th with the Next Era Energy 250 at the Daytona International Speedway, the truck race. Okay, that is sports for today. All right, we have 5 minutes. We're going to talk about our birthdays and deaths for today. Our first birthday, 1756. Aaron Burr, American colonial and politician. He was the 3rd Vice President of the United States. Babe Ruth, the famous Babe Ruth, American baseball player and coach, born on this day in 1895. Ronald Reagan, a former president, born on this day in 1911. American actor, politician, 40th President of the United States. A Jamaican reggae music legend, 1945 on this day, Bob Marley. He passed away in 1981. Axl Rose has a birthday today, 1962, February 6th, and 1966, February 6th, Rick Astley. I'm sorry. Oh boy. It's Astley. I'm sorry about that.
All right. Okay.
I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I'm sorry. Anyway, Don, your thoughts.
Hit. Oh, Rick had a big hit.
He did.
I like
Never
that
Gonna
song.
Give You Up.
I like that song. And I grew up listening to the harder rock, and that was a pop song. But I like that song, and it's stayed relevant for all these years. For some reason, I don't know. Wasn't there a big joke with that? You'd get Rick Astley or something like that. Or, what was that? You told me about that.
Oh yeah, the Rickroll.
What's the Rickroll? What's that?
Internet. It's like an internet meme. It's like an internet funny. people do this. It's like a prank kind of thing, internet. I don't know how to explain it fully, but they use the song to prank people.
Oh, okay.
They like attach the song to links and stuff.
Right, for some people who got pranked or whatnot,
it's cool.
They probably end up listening to the song and like it. Probably a lot of people probably like it and won't admit it.
But a lot of people do it. A lot of people do it still.
All right.
Anyway, moving on from Rick,
Okay.
before I pronounce his name wrong again. Deaths on this day. Arthur Ashe, 1993, an American tennis legend. He was born on this day. Died on this day in 1993. Born in 1943. Gary Moore. We lost Gary Moore 11 years ago today. A Irish guitarist, a legend, a real legend in Ireland when it comes to the rock and roll scene.
One of the founding members of Thin Lizzy.
Yeah. Yep, Thin Lizzy is huge in Ireland. Unfortunately, we lost the lead singer just too soon. Well, way too soon. And Thin Lizzy, at least they called it quits. Before he passed away. They had a really great album. Not sure the name of the album right now. Trying to think of the name of the album, but it
was a great album.
It was a great.
Right?
It was a great final album.
Yeah.
When you think of great final albums, that's on the list. Also, Queen Innuendo as well is on the list too. And our last one, Dawn, you'll know this one. 2016, Dan Hicks.
Oh,
American singer, songwriter, and guitarist. We lost him 6 years ago.
6 years ago. The reason I even got him on the radar is I like Tom Waits. Tom Waits. I like Tom Waits. Not all his stuff, but I like Tom Waits. Well, he did something at the Fur Ranch, Peace Ranch, Yomas. I can't even say the last name. The guitarist for Hot Tuna.
Yeah.
And Jack Cassidy. They have like a little club there. It's his property. And he did a version of The Piano Has Been Drinking with a little Caribbean snitch to it. Because if anyone knows Tom Waits, look it up on YouTube or whatever. The Piano's Been Drinking by Tom Waits, and then go turn around. Dan Hicks and the Hot Licks. For a Peace Ranch. Okay, type that in, and you'll get that version.
It's very good.
Well, he has that. He did a Dan Hicks did a studio version of that song. It's different than the live version. But that's funny you said that because I've never heard of him before.
And both versions are pretty good.
But he's a
studio
he's
and
a
the
60s
live.
guy.
Yeah.
So Jim would know. I mean, you talk to Jim DuPont, he'd know every album that the guy did. He'd know He'd know that Thin Lizzy album. He'd say, "Oh, I love Thin Lizzy, but I don't know the album."
Yeah,
you know what?
I do like Thin Lizzy, but I do admit I don't know the name of the album right now off the top of my head.
I think now you got to be on a Thin Lizzy kick, just because you kind of like, you know.
I'll be on a Gary Moore kick. Again,
Gary Moore had such a solo career.
A legend. 11 years ago today, we lost him. Okay, well, that'll do it for today's program. We're a little bit behind, so we're gonna rush off and say, have a great week, everybody. We'll be back next week, the 13th of February, 2022.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes, Super Bowl Sunday. Yep. I'm sure we'll have plenty of talk about the Super Bowl. Okay, we'll be back next week. Bye-bye, everybody. Astley. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's bad.
I liked it.
I hope the FCC wasn't listening.
You can't say ass on the radio?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't. Maybe you can. I don't know. I don't know if it's one of the 7 words. I have to look. Oh, it's bad. All right, bye-bye, everybody.